everybody, so new review for you guys there to the upcoming Invincible series coming soon to Amazon Prime. There have been rumblings for years when it comes to adapting the Invincible comics into something. At one point it was going to actually be a feature film before settling on being an Amazon Prime animated series, which I want to thank them so much for actually supplying me with the first 3 episodes of the season. All 3 of these episodes are going to debut March 26th on Amazon Prime Video, and then it's going to be 1 episode per week, kind of like what they did with the last season of The Boys. Invincible revolves around Mark Grayson, who's just like any other guy his age, except for that his father is Omni-Man, the most powerful superhero on the planet. But as Mark develops powers of his own, he discovers many secrets, including that his father's legacy may not be as heroic as it seems. As someone who went into this not being very familiar with the Invincible comics, I had a really fun time with these first 3 episodes. The series does a really great job world building. The stellar world building in these first 3 episodes with all of its characters are so full of personality, so my interest level really kept growing each and every episode as they're introduced to more people, whether or not they're heroes or villains. My favorite definitely is our lead here, Invincible, voiced by Steven Yeun. Seeing Mark's origin story unfold as his powers slowly develop is one of the best parts of this series, as his world is turned upside down once he gets all these different abilities and has to juggle all these various responsibilities, including just being in the shadow of the most famous superhero in the world, which is Omni-Man, which is his dad. Omni-Man is voiced by J.K. Simmons, who's also great in his own right, but I just find it really funny that Omni-Man looks a lot like J. Jonah Jameson, and they have J.K. Simmons, who is J. Jonah Jameson, voice him, so in my head sometimes I'm just picturing J. Jonah Jameson as Omni-Man. Him and Mark have a really interesting dynamic. Even in these first few episodes, it seems like Omni-Man is trying to be this proud father figure type, teaching Mark all these different abilities, but at the same time, Omni-Man has quite a dark side to him. Some really shocking moments, even with these first few episodes. Some of them even reminded me of things we saw from someone like Homelander in The Boys, and maybe arguably worse in some regards. Other than the main storyline when it comes to Mark and him developing his ability, I think that the storyline with Omni-Man is going to be the one I'm most invested in, just because there's so much mystery around it. I think that's going to be one of the big developing stories throughout the rest of this season. Big shocker for me, as someone who's not super familiar with the source material, is just how violent, bloody, and gory this show is. It is really packed to the brim with gore, guts, and all that stuff, which is cool if you're wanting to watch stuff that's more geared towards an adult audience when it comes to superhero content. We've gotten that more so in more recent years. You know, you got stuff like the DC animated movies. You also have stuff like Harley Quinn on HBO Max. Even like if you want to go way back, we have like the Spawn show on HBO. So it's not relatively new to see stuff like this, but I do think it's really well done. I actually enjoy the animation style of the Invincible series as a whole, especially the way that it blends various different types of animation together to make it look and feel really unique. All these various different animation styles coming together really does shine a lot when it comes to the battle sequences they see in these first few episodes. There's one in particular in episode 3 that I think is really well done. I think that's my favorite of all the different battles that we see. But honestly, I think the battles are going to get better and better as Mark's powers develop and we see him working with different people like the Guardians of the Globe, one of the big superhero groups that's in this show. To elaborate more on the mystery elements of this show, I think that is going to be one of those things that really gets you hooked, especially as it's going to be episodic and you have to come back week to week to find out what happens next. We get introduced to this Damien Darkblood guy, this demon detective. He's really awesome as well. He's voiced by Clancy Brown, but he brings that whole fun mystery element to the story, and I really am excited to find out just what happens next, because each episode, at least of these first 3, have these really big epic cliffhangers that really makes me want to watch the next one right away. Much like with The Boys and now Invincible, I'm really liking that Amazon Prime is kind of becoming like this niche home when it comes to this adult superhero content. Of course, we do get it on other streaming services, but it seems like Amazon is catering a lot more towards it, putting a lot of resources into this. I mean, if you look at the voice cast for this show, it's amazing. It's probably one of the best voice casts I've seen in a very long time, filled with star-studded talent. You know, you have your Mark Hamill, Steven Yeun, J.K. Simmons, Sandra Oh, Mahershala Ali, Zazie Beetz, John Hamm, Seth Rogen. I mean, there's a ton of people in this cast, and you can definitely tell they put a lot of resources and they really want this show to succeed. And I'm really excited to see more of this show. I'm really excited to see it get a big audience when it's going to be on Amazon Prime Video, especially with it going to the episodic format. And we could talk about it week per week like we've been doing with stuff like WandaVision. I think it's going to be really exciting. I'm really looking forward to talking about it more with everybody. The first 3 episodes air March 26th on Amazon Prime Video, and then we're going to go to episodic after that for the rest of the season. Now that you've heard my thoughts on the Invincible series, I'd love to know your thoughts about it down below. If you're a fan of the comic book series it's based on, I'd love to know your thoughts about the series. I mean, I'm hyped about the series, and I've only watched the first 3 episodes. I am thinking about reading the comics, but it's one of those double-edged sword things because I want to know what happens next, but I want to be surprised when I watch the show. We'll see if things change from the source material or not. But either way, if you're looking forward to the show, I'd love to know your thoughts down below. If you're new to the show, I'd love to know your thoughts about the episodes when they drop. If you guys want, I am considering doing episodic reviews for Invincible as the episodes drop. I'm unsure just because of time reasons, just because I am also going to do Falcon and Winter Soldier and then other movie and TV related reviews along the way. But if you guys do really want them, I will try and schedule that into my schedule somehow, shape, or form. But thank you as always always checking my reviews, though. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you like it, the subscribe button. We'll keep doing reviews, reactions, unboxings, and more on the channel. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.